3 angels are sending a warning about your family. Something is coming. There are moments in time when the veil thins. When heaven leans close to earth and whispers secrets meant only for the chosen. This is one of those moments. And if your eyes have found these words, it is not by accident. It is not by luck. It is not by chance. You have been summoned, called into divine awareness by the breath of heaven itself. 3 angels have been dispatched, one of precision, one of revelation, one of restoration. They are not here to frighten you, but to prepare you. For something is coming, and it carries the weight of your family's spiritual inheritance. Archangel Michael has spoken. His voice carries thunder, but it also cradles comfort. He stands not just as a guardian of heaven, but as a warrior of truth sent to pierce the fog that has settled over your bloodline. His message is urgent. There is a shift occurring in your family, and it is not what it appears to be. What looks like a disagreement may be a divine exposure. What seems like distance may be a disguised deliverance. What feels like betrayal may be heaven's way of pulling you out of alignment with generational bondage. You must pay attention now more than ever before. There has been movement in the spiritual realm concerning your family. Patterns you thought were broken are trying to reattach themselves. Words you thought were buried are being resurrected in conversations you cannot hear. But the angels can. And they have. 1 angel holds the scroll of truth. Another guards the gate of consequence. The 3rd carries the oil of healing. But they cannot anoint what remains in darkness. That is why this message has come to you, to pull you out of confusion, to push you into clarity, and to wake you from the slumber of silence. You must understand, beloved, this is not just about conflict. It is about covering. Your lineage has been targeted because you carry something sacred. You, out of everyone in your family, have been chosen to be the disruptor of old cycles and the architect of a new legacy. That is why it hurts. That is why you feel this separation. That is why you've been misunderstood. Because light always agitates what hides in shadow. And now the angels are drawing a line. A line between what has been and what must become. You are being positioned not to react, but to rise. Watch my channel videos regularly, because divine patterns rarely reveal themselves in a single moment. They unfold slowly, piece by piece, until the full picture makes sense. That's how heaven operates, with precision, not panic. You must stay in alignment with what God is showing you. Because this warning is only the beginning. Archangel Michael says, be alert. Be still. Be ready. For something is shifting in the spirit, and it carries your family's name on its breath. The veil is thin, and what's been whispered in secret is starting to echo in the realm of the seen. There's no time for passive hope. No room for spiritual sleepwalking. 3 angels have been sent on assignment, not to everyone, but to you. Their wings carry urgency. Their message is sacred, and their mission is to warn you that something is approaching your bloodline that must be met with awareness, not fear, with discernment, not drama. You are being pulled into divine alignment because a wave is coming. A wave that can either carry your family higher or shake it to the core. And heaven needs you awake. Heaven needs you grounded. Heaven needs you obedient to the spiritual pull, even if it isolates you temporarily from what's familiar. You have been chosen for this moment, not because you're the strongest, but because you're the most sensitive to truth. The angels came to you because your ears still hear the voice of the divine, even when the world is loud, even when the people around you have gone deaf to the spiritual, even when your own family has ignored the call. Michael does not speak lightly. His sword is not ceremonial. It is purposeful. And right now that sword is being lifted, not in violence, but in separation. The angel of separation has been dispatched to pull you away from patterns, pain, and people that pretend to love you but secretly root for your stagnation. And some of those people carry your last name. Do not mistake blood for loyalty. Do not confuse familiarity for favor. Heaven isn't preserving who's comfortable. Heaven is preserving who's called. The first angel arrives with a flash of light and a scroll sealed with divine wax. That scroll holds what has been written about you from before your birth. Promises, plans, protection. And within those words is a truth about your bloodline: you were never meant to repeat the cycles. They were meant to end with you. The second angel stands guard at the door of transformation. And that door is beginning to crack open. But someone in your family is trying to slam it shut with old opinions, managed memories, and outdated expectations. The third angel carries fire, not to burn you, but to refine everything around you that is not aligned with purpose. That fire is coming. That fire is necessary. That fire is sacred. You felt the tension. You sensed the shift. You've heard your name spoken in places you were never invited into. That's not paranoia. That's perception. You've been spiritually sensitive your entire life. And now that sensitivity is becoming your superpower. The angels have not come to burden you. They have come to equip you, with insight, with warning, with spiritual armor. But you must choose not to return to the same conversations, the same people, the same mindset, when heaven is clearly doing a new thing. Let your posture change today. Let your prayers deepen today. Let your spirit settle into peace. Not because there is no storm, but because you are anchored in divine guidance. Archangel Michael is with you. The messengers are circling you. And even now they are standing between you and what is trying to repeat itself in your family. This is your notice. This is your invitation. This is your time. You cannot afford to be distracted. You cannot afford to be reactive. You must be still. You must be certain. You must be spiritually vigilant. What's coming will either expose or elevate. But your preparation will determine which. There is a ripple forming in your bloodline. And God has chosen you to be the stillness that breaks the pattern, that stops the storm, that becomes the peace your ancestors prayed for. You are the bridge. You are the shield. You are the revelation hidden in plain sight. Watch my channel videos regularly to stay spiritually alert, because heaven speaks in rhythms, and timing is everything. You are in the middle of something holy. Do not miss it. Someone has been watching you, not with admiration, but with quiet suspicion. Their silence isn't peaceful, it's calculating. Their words may sound neutral, but their heart is not. Conversations are being had behind your back. And the twist? Some of them are happening inside your own household. These aren't strangers. These aren't random outsiders. These are people who have known your name since birth. But they've never taken the time to understand your spirit. And now your elevation has become their irritation. Your peace has become their problem. Your growth is triggering their stagnation. A shift in your energy has revealed something you were never meant to ignore. You are being misread. You are being misjudged. You are being spiritually surveilled. Not everyone who smiles at you is for you. And not every quiet glance is harmless. There's a spirit of subtle sabotage working behind closed doors. It doesn't scream. It whispers. It doesn't fight with fists. It battles with intentions. You felt it, haven't you? A cold distance, the unexplained tension, the sudden change in tone when you walk into the room. That's not just in your head. That's not you being overly sensitive. That's spiritual awareness alerting you to danger cloaked in familiarity. One of the angels sent to you, the angel of revelation, has been trying to pull back the curtain. But you keep giving the benefit of the doubt to people who have already made up their minds about you. You keep trying to heal what heaven is trying to expose. You keep walking into rooms with open hands while they hide daggers behind polite smiles. And now it's costing you your peace. It's costing you your clarity. It's costing you your access to divine instruction. Someone thought they knew you. They thought you would remain silent. They thought you'd keep bending, keep shrinking, keep over-explaining just to keep the peace. But peace built on self-abandonment is not peace. It's spiritual compromise. And Archangel Michael is sounding the alarm. Your silence is being misread as weakness. Your kindness is being mistaken for confusion. Your boundaries are being viewed as betrayal. Do not be fooled by their closeness. Do not be swayed by shared memories. You can be related by blood and still be assigned to two very different destinies. What they uncovered about you was only a fragment. A conversation they overheard. A dream they interpreted incorrectly. A truth they twisted to fit their own fears. And now they are trying to control the narrative before you speak your truth. But here's what the angels are saying: you don't need to defend yourself. You don't need to correct their version. You don't need to participate in the theater of misunderstanding. Let heaven handle what you've outgrown. Let the truth speak when the time is right. Let the spiritual winds carry your name to the ears of those meant to know the real you. Because clarity is coming. Revelation is rising. And the same mouths that lie will be the same mouths that confess. This is not just gossip. It's a spiritual test. This is not just drama. It's a distraction. This is not about who said what. It's about who you are becoming in the midst of it. And that's what threatens them the most. You are no longer who you were. You are awakening. You are shedding layers. You are hearing things in the spirit that they can't hear. You are moving differently, praying differently, perceiving differently. And that's why the enemy is stirring up confusion through those closest to you. Because if he can't stop your blessing, he'll try to distort your relationships. Be still. Be silent. Be wise. Heaven has not brought this to your attention to break you, but to prepare you. There is more going on than meets the eye. The three angels are not just watching this unfold. They are surrounding you, shielding you, decoding what was meant to distract. You are not alone in this. You are not unguarded. You are not forgotten. This isn't personal. It's spiritual. This isn't about who said what, who turned their back, who withdrew their support. No, this runs deeper. This conflict isn't just between people. It's between purposes. It's not your character that's under attack. It's your calling. The enemy isn't after your reputation. He's after your revelation. That's why the confusion seems so precise. That's why the gossip seems so calculated. That's why the timing of the betrayal feels too perfect to be a coincidence. Because it isn't. This is strategy. It's a spiritual setup meant to shake your focus, distort your identity, and delay your destiny. You must understand, the atmosphere around you has shifted because your frequency has risen. You are vibrating higher. You are praying with more authority. You are thinking with more clarity. You are seeing things that others still refuse to acknowledge. And with every level of divine elevation comes a confrontation, not with people, but with principalities, not with faces, but with forces. What you are experiencing now is not meant to hurt you. It is meant to hone you, to strip away every distraction, every unhealthy attachment, every emotional dependency that could jeopardize your next breakthrough. Archangel Michael wants you to see this with spiritual eyes. He is not merely a guardian. He is a general of heaven's army. And when he shows up, it means battle has been declared, but victory is already secured. He is standing over your household. He is hovering above your family name. And he's drawing a line in the spirit. The old patterns end here. The generational shame ends here. The emotional manipulation ends here. What has been tolerated for too long must now be confronted, not with aggression, but with spiritual maturity. You are the anointed one in your bloodline. You are the pattern breaker. You are the interruption to every toxic tradition disguised as loyalty. Heaven has chosen you, not for comfort, but for confrontation, not to argue, but to awaken, not to react, but to realign your family with the original blueprint that heaven wrote over your bloodline long before the trauma, long before the dysfunction, long before the generational wounds were passed down like heirlooms. You carry light in a family that got used to shadows. You carry peace in a line that normalized chaos. You speak truth in a legacy that survived on secrets. And now the shadows are reacting. This is why you feel tension when you enter the room. This is why your silence causes unease. This is why your joy feels offensive to people who still worship their wounds. It's not you. It's your presence. It's your shift. It's your elevation. You didn't ask to be chosen, but you were. And the moment you said yes to your calling, even in private, the atmosphere around your bloodline began to tremble. Do not shrink now. Do not backpedal. Do not water down your light to make others comfortable in their darkness. Your clarity is not arrogance. Your discernment is not judgment. Your growth is not betrayal. It is divine alignment in motion. You are not who you used to be. And the old dynamics can no longer survive in your new dimension. You must let them fall. You must let them misjudge you. You must let them misunderstand you, because their comfort cannot be more important than your calling. And remember this, heaven defends what it anoints. You are not unguarded. You are not exposed. The very conflict you're facing now is confirmation of how much has already been released over your life in the spirit. This is resistance because you've become a threat. This is warfare because your blessing is near. This is tension because your transformation is active. And the more you stay grounded, the more your presence will speak louder than any lie ever could. Something is stirring. Something is building. Something is coming. And it has a face you recognize. Archangel Michael stands firm, his wings stretched wide in warning. He does not come to soothe your fears. He comes to prepare your spirit. The next few hours, yes, hours, are crucial. What's been hidden will attempt to reveal itself, but not in honesty, in distortion, in drama, in disguised confrontation meant to confuse you into reacting. Heaven is warning you now. Do not take the bait. The angels have seen what you can't yet see. A message is forming, a text, a call, or face to face. Someone is preparing to confront you, but not with clarity or reconciliation. They are coming with twisted facts, manipulated details, and a rehearsed version of events that paints them as the victim and you as the villain. They want your reaction. They want you flustered. They want you uncentered so they can say, "Look, see, you haven't changed." But you have. You've transformed. You've risen. You've been reborn in discernment. And that is exactly what they fear the most. Archangel Michael says, this moment will test your alignment. The enemy isn't just attacking randomly. He is strategically targeting your emotional stability. If you respond in frustration, he wins. If you react without restraint, the cycle continues. But if you remain still, if you remain silent, if you let truth rise without interference, you will shift the atmosphere. You will shake the assignment. You will short-circuit the setup. Listen closely. There is someone in your family who doesn't want peace. They want power. And your growing independence is a threat to that control. They've noticed your voice becoming bolder. They've noticed your refusal to explain yourself. They've noticed your boundaries, your silence, your withdrawal from the emotional tug-of-war. And they hate it. Not because they hate you, but because they can no longer manipulate you. And so now they are preparing to trigger you into old behaviors. They want to resurrect an old version of you. The one who begged to be understood. The one who cried for acceptance. The one who stayed silent for the sake of unity. But that version of you no longer lives here. Heaven says the next 72 hours are a divine checkpoint. Watch who reaches out. Watch how they frame the story. Watch how they shift the blame while smiling. Watch the way they use silence as a weapon and kindness as camouflage. You will know them by the spirit behind the words. You will feel the heaviness in your chest. You will feel the resistance in your spirit. That's not anxiety. It's divine discernment activating within you. Listen to it. Trust it. Follow it. Because God is showing you who is aligned with your future and who is only loyal to your past. And if you've already been confronted, if you've already been slandered, if your name has already been dragged through the mud by the ones who once called you family, stand tall. Don't correct the story. Don't chase the rumor. Don't defend your name. The angels are already working behind the scenes. A divine reversal is coming. What was meant to humiliate you will elevate you. What was meant to break you will build your platform. What was meant to isolate you will clarify your identity. The sword of Michael is already drawn. Not against flesh, but against the spirit operating through deception, division, and distraction. He is cutting away the spiritual ties that keep pulling you into battles you were never meant to fight. He is separating soul ties dressed in obligation. He is creating space so you can breathe, so you can rise, so you can finally walk in full authority without shrinking to fit anyone's narrative. Watch my channel videos regularly to keep your spirit tuned to heaven's frequency. In moments like these, it's not information you need. It's revelation. And revelation doesn't come through the noise. It comes through divine instruction, divine rhythm, and divine timing. Now that the warning has been spoken, now that the veil has been lifted, now that you know exactly what is forming behind the scenes, you must choose stillness. You must choose strategy. You must choose surrender, not to people, not to pressure, but to providence. Archangel Michael says this is not a time to speak, explain, prove, or argue. This is a time to listen, to observe, to protect your peace like it is sacred. Because it is. Heaven has not assigned you to fix anyone's misunderstanding. Heaven has not asked you to re-enter spaces that only remember your old wounds, not your new wisdom. Heaven has not told you to fight fire with fire. In fact, heaven is removing your hands from the fight entirely. Your only job right now is to stay grounded in divine truth. Your silence is not passive. It is powerful. Your boundaries are not cold. They are sacred altars where peace is preserved. And your stillness is not weakness. It is obedience. Do not explain yourself to those who are committed to misunderstanding you. Do not clarify your motives to people who misuse your kindness as access. They never valued your heart. They manipulated your compassion. And now that you've pulled back, now that you've withdrawn your energy, now that your spirit is no longer a place of endless giving, they are confused. Let them be confused. Their confusion is not your responsibility. Your clarity is. Michael urges you, step back from the battlefield. Let your silence become your sword. Let heaven speak on your behalf. Every spiritual law is already being activated in your favor. Every prayer you whispered in pain is now being answered in precision. And every angel sent to surround you has now taken their position, not just around you, but between you and what seeks to pull you back. If the message comes, ignore it. If the confrontation rises, do not engage. If the bait is set, walk around it. You don't need to meet chaos where it lives. You were never meant to match low vibrations. You were born to raise them. And how do you raise them now? Through peace. Through restraint. Through spiritual poise. Through trust in divine justice. You've been carrying the weight of maintaining relationships that were never mutual. You've been managing emotional fires that weren't yours to put out. You've been speaking life into people who only poured doubt into your spirit. No more. This is the divine reset. This is the sacred pause. This is where heaven says, be still, and know that I am God. And not just for you, but for your entire bloodline. Your restraint is healing generations. Your boundaries are setting a new blueprint for those who come after you. Light a candle. Say a simple prayer. Release the urge to defend yourself. You are not who they say you are. You are who God knows you to be. That is more than enough. Speak less. Feel more. Move less. Listen deeper. Your intuition is no longer a whisper. It's a shout. Your discernment is no longer subtle. It's loud. And your protection? It's not visible, but it is active. The angels are not asking you to do more. They are asking you to do less, so God can do more. Let your heart be your compass. Let your peace be your confirmation. Let your stillness be your spiritual armor. You are being watched, but not just by those who misunderstand you. Heaven is watching you too. And heaven is pleased when you choose growth over reaction, maturity over mayhem, purpose over proving yourself. The people meant for your next season will never require you to sacrifice your peace to stay connected. And those who fall away, let them fall. They were never your anchor. You were their lifeline. And now that you've let go, they must learn to swim without you. Let this be your declaration: I am no longer available for anything that disrupts my peace, confuses my spirit, or manipulates my kindness. Watch my channel videos regularly. Use them as checkpoints of alignment. Let them remind you that you're not weak for walking away. You're wise. And wisdom always walks ahead of blessing. You are no longer who they thought you were. You are no longer the peacemaker who sacrifices your spirit just to keep others calm. You are no longer the emotional sponge for your family's unhealed trauma. You are no longer the quiet one, the agreeable one, the one who bends until breaking becomes your normal. You have evolved. You have risen. You have become the evidence of answered prayers your ancestors cried into the earth. And now it's time to walk in it. Archangel Michael declares, you have passed through fire and come out without the smell of smoke. You have endured betrayal and still kept your heart open. You have been silenced and still your presence speaks volumes. Now heaven is turning the page. Now the angels are repositioning your steps. Now the shift that started in secret is about to become undeniable. They can't unsee the light on you. They can't unhear the truth you spoke. They can't undo the boundary you set. And they can't comprehend the peace that covers you. But they'll feel it. Oh, they'll feel it. When your name is mentioned, the atmosphere changes. When your image enters a room, the temperature shifts. Because you're not entering as the old you. You're walking in as the real you, the healed you, the aligned you, the divinely backed you. And that presence disrupts falsehood. That presence exposes performance. That presence silences manipulation. This is why some family members are uncomfortable. It's not your behavior. It's your becoming. You've become someone they can no longer control, no longer confuse, no longer contain. That makes you powerful. That makes you a threat. That makes you anointed. And heaven is now confirming what your spirit already knew: you were never meant to blend in. You were born to break cycles. You are the first in your family to see clearly. The first to say no without guilt. The first to speak up without shame. The first to walk away and not look back. And in doing so, you are shaking generations of silence. You are interrupting traditions of trauma. You are undoing patterns wrapped in politeness but rooted in pain. The angels are not surprised. They have been guiding you to this moment all along. And now you're here. You're awake. You're unstoppable. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your growth. You don't need to apologize for outgrowing manipulation. You don't need to justify your peace to those who only knew your chaos. Those days are gone. That version of you is gone. You are no longer available for cycles that confuse your clarity. You are no longer accessible to people who want proximity without accountability. You are no longer open to being emotionally drained in the name of loyalty. Michael says your reward is not coming. It has already begun. It's in your peace. It's in your breath. It's in your new awareness. Don't wait for the blessing to arrive in material form. Recognize it in your freedom. Recognize it in your no. Recognize it in your silence. Out of the ashes you rise, not in anger, but in authority, not to prove, but to prevail, not to explain, but to embody. You are no longer surviving in your family system. You are redefining it. You are no longer tolerating the weight of what was. You are designing what will be. Let them adjust. Let them watch. Let them talk. You were not sent to be understood. You were sent to be obedient to heaven's instruction. Let this be your posture: shoulders back, head high, voice steady, spirit still. Because your presence alone is prophecy. Your glow is revelation. Your clarity is confirmation. And your transformation? That's the testimony. You don't need their permission to shine. You already have heaven's endorsement. You are not rising alone. The angels are rising with you. They are clearing the path. They are breaking the chains. They are preparing the crown. Watch my channel videos regularly. Let each message anchor you deeper into who you are becoming. Let each word sharpen your discernment and soften your heart toward only what's divinely assigned to you. Something is coming. Yes, something is coming. But it's no longer something to fear. It's something to reverence. Something is shifting. And it's bigger than exposure, bigger than confrontation, bigger than chaos. This is resolution. It's divine rearrangement. It's the kind of supernatural restoration that no apology, no explanation, no human effort could manufacture. And now, Archangel Michael announces it with the authority of heaven. This is the moment your atmosphere turns. This is the moment divine order is established in your family line. This is the moment light overtakes everything hidden in shadow. You didn't walk through all of this for nothing. You didn't endure betrayal, loss, silence, and spiritual warfare just to return to normal. No, you walked through the fire so you could emerge golden, refined, wise, weaponized with discernment, armed with peace. And now the angels are rejoicing because the time of breakthrough has come. The season of warfare is giving way to a season of wisdom. The chaos is parting. The confusion is lifting. And divine favor, real favor, heaven-stamped favor, is now falling like rain. Someone will come forward with the truth. It may be a family member. It may be someone unexpected. It may be the very person who tried to twist your name. But they will speak. They will correct the narrative. They will uncover the lie, not because you forced it, but because heaven demands it. Divine justice is not delayed. It is timed. And the time has come. But that's not all. Restoration won't just come through vindication. It will come through transformation. You are not walking back into old dynamics. You are walking into new dimensions. And as you step forward, you'll feel it. Doors that once rejected you will now open without knocking. Conversations that once silenced you will now seek your voice. Spaces that once dimmed your light will now adjust to your glow. Because you've changed. Because you obeyed. Because you've remained faithful through silence. The three angels who have been circling your life, the angel of protection, the angel of revelation, the angel of restoration, are now releasing what they've been guarding all along. Promises. Promises attached to your bloodline. Promises that skipped past generations because no one would answer the call. Promises that are now activated because you said yes. And now they are manifesting. Quietly at first, then loudly, then permanently. Your family may not fully understand what just happened. They may not have the words to acknowledge your growth. But they will feel the shift. They will see the change. Some will come closer. Some will fall away. But your heart will no longer carry the weight of needing their approval. You are not waiting for them to see you. You've already been seen by heaven. And that vision, that validation, that voice from God Himself, that's more than enough. This is the final test before your elevation. This is the moment where your restraint becomes reward. This is where heaven says, "Well done." You didn't react. You listened. You didn't retaliate. You trusted. You didn't crumble. You climbed. And now blessings will come, not just in answered prayers, but in unspoken favor. The kind you didn't even ask for. The kind that comes just because heaven is good and you remain faithful. It's already happening. Your name is being whispered in rooms of opportunity. Your spirit is being acknowledged by angels you haven't even met yet. Your path is being cleared by hands you cannot see. And soon it will make sense. Soon the puzzle pieces will fall into place. Soon you will breathe in the fullness of restoration and exhale every burden you once thought would break you. Let this be your decree: what was meant to wound me has awakened me. What was sent to destroy me has developed me. What was hidden from me has now been revealed for me. Type Amen 1212 in the comments to activate this divine restoration. The number 1212 is a heavenly confirmation that alignment, truth, and transformation are now releasing into your life. The angels are watching your obedience. Heaven responds to action rooted in faith. If this message speaks deeply to you, consider supporting this channel through super thanks, super chat, super stickers, or memberships. Your support fuels the flow of more prophetic messages and helps keep the space sacred and consistent. Your presence here is deeply appreciated. This moment is sacred. This moment is not a coincidence. This message didn't come to you just to be heard. It came to be activated. Heaven doesn't speak to entertain emotions. Heaven speaks to initiate transformation. Archangel Michael says, this is not a time to pause. It is a time to respond. When heaven delivers a message of this magnitude, it requires a spiritual agreement. A moment where your action matches your awareness. Now is that moment. The angels are still surrounding you. They are watching not just how you feel, but how you move. Your movement now is more than a comment. It is more than a gesture. It is a signal to the spirit realm that you are ready, that you are aligned, that you are no longer passive with prophecy. You are active in purpose. The family line has shifted. The protection has increased. The warning has been declared. And now it is time for your spirit to answer back. If this message has found your heart, if it has stirred something deep in your soul, then you already know this isn't just content. This is a divine confirmation. You were supposed to hear this. You were supposed to wake up right now. You were supposed to feel that internal shaking. That was your angel speaking to your spirit. That was Archangel Michael thundering into your atmosphere. So what do you do now? You respond. You type. You declare. You activate. Type Amen 333 in the comments if you receive the spiritual warning and choose to walk forward in divine protection. The number 333 is not just a number. It is a heavenly code, a signal that your angels are not only near, but active, present, surrounding, intervening. When you type those words, you are not typing for the world. You are typing for your angels. You are typing for heaven. You are typing for the very forces that are fighting battles you cannot see. If your spirit is crying out for restoration in your family, if you feel that something has been trying to stop your purpose from unfolding, if you've been sensing a spiritual tension rising within your household, then this is your confirmation and this is your covenant. You may feel tired. You may feel weary. You may even feel forgotten and timed out. But you are not forgotten. You are covered. Covered by grace. Covered by angelic authority. Covered by purpose that cannot be cancelled by family dysfunction, betrayal, or silence. And right now, in this exact moment, the angels are writing your name across the scroll of this season, marking you as awake, aware, and aligned. The blessing number ritual is not superstition. It is spiritual symbolism. Every time you speak the number, every time you type it with faith, you step into the pattern of prophetic obedience. You let the spiritual realm know, I have heard the warning. I have felt the shift. I have received the instruction. And I will not miss this moment. You are not powerless. You are not alone. You are not the forgotten one in the family. You are the one who was sent to see what others pretend not to. You are the one who was appointed to carry the torch through the darkness. And now, as the three angels look upon your response, heaven is documenting your agreement. An agreement with heaven always opens doors that no man can shut. Let your voice echo. Let your hands type with faith. Let your heart stay open. Tap Amen 333 below. Let that be your yes. Let that be your covenant. Let that be your spiritual contract. And let this be remembered, you are not watching this by accident. You were called here by a frequency that no algorithm can explain. That frequency is God. That frequency is the angels. That frequency is your calling pulling you forward. Watch my channel videos regularly. These messages are not random. They are rhythms from heaven meant to keep your soul in alignment with divine timing. Let them sharpen you, remind you, and walk with you. You are not a victim of this season. You are the revelation rising from within it. You are not the casualty of family betrayal. You are the chosen one who has been entrusted with the burden of transformation. Let that truth settle deeply within you. Let it push back the doubts. Let it calm the storms in your heart. You were never sent into this family by accident. You were assigned. You were commissioned. You were sent as light into a lineage that forgot how to see. Archangel Michael speaks now with finality and fire. What has been exposed cannot be unseen. What has been revealed cannot be ignored. What has begun in the spirit must be completed in strength. The three angels have done their part. They have warned you. They have covered you. And now they step back as heaven waits for your walk to match your revelation. You are not alone. But you are responsible now. You are accountable to the insight you've received. And as you move forward, know this, the spiritual path isn't always the loudest, but it is always the clearest when you are quiet enough to listen. Let their whispers continue. Let their silence grow louder. Let their absence carve more room for peace. You were never meant to fit in where God called you to stand out. You were never meant to explain yourself to people who still see you through the lens of who you were, not who you've become. You are the shift in the bloodline. You are the one who prayed differently. You are the one who asked for more. You are the one who said no when everyone else bowed to dysfunction. And that choice, that courage, that refusal to settle, has rewritten the spiritual DNA of your family. They tried to bind you with guilt. They tried to confuse you with contradiction. They tried to shame you into staying silent. But all they did was reveal your power. All they did was pull the mask off their own spiritual condition. And now you don't need to argue with it. You don't need to revisit it. You don't need to replay it. You simply rise. You rise without apology. You rise without resentment. You rise without needing them to understand. Because heaven understands. The angels understand. And most importantly, your soul understands. Your obedience has activated something far greater than vindication. It has opened the gates to elevation. Divine protection surrounds you now, not just from the external attacks, but from the internal warfare that used to paralyze you. You've outgrown your fear. You've matured beyond your people-pleasing. You've transcended the spiritual fog that clouded your vision. And now you walk in light. You walk in certainty. You walk in divine rhythm. Say this within your spirit. Heaven will echo it as affirmation, I am the chosen vessel. I am the spiritual interruption. I am the proof that light is stronger than legacy. I am not here to be accepted. I am here to be appointed. Let this message be sealed over your heart. You are not the pain of your past. You are the prophecy fulfilled in the present. You are not the confusion of your family. You are the clarity they didn't know they needed. You are not what they called you. You are who God named you. You are not the storm. You are the stillness that calms it. You are not the break. You are the breakthrough. Let the three angels depart now with joy. Their mission is complete. Your warning was received. And your transformation has begun. Walk forward with peace. Walk forward with power. Walk forward as the one who heard, who listened, and who aligned. This isn't the end. This is the beginning of the version of you that was always hidden beneath the noise. Let them whisper. You rise. Amen. Bell. Subscribe to Heaven Knows You for daily Archangel Michael messages.